Hi, this is Gary Kayye. We're here at InfoComm 2017. As I promised, we're doing a booth tour of Cisco's presence here at InfoComm. Angie, I already introduced you to Angie Mistretta. Angie is a senior director now here at Cisco in charge of collaboration. Angie, we're here in the Spark RoomKit room. Yep. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so this is the RoomKit Plus, actually. So it's a product that we launched at Enterprise Connect back in March, a very AV-centric product, getting a lot of really good traction with the AV community. And I'm not going to talk a lot about it because I have one of our engineers here. And I want to introduce you to Shell, and he's going to take you through a quick demo and some of the prime features that we're marketing with this product.
All right, Shell, tell me about what it is.
Yeah, okay. So the Cisco Spark RoomKit Plus is a system consisting of 3 components. You have the camera there on the top, you have the codec there, and you have it controlled by the touch device. So it's a 3-component system. This system is designed for large meeting rooms, typically 14 persons, 9 meters depth. And the key thing here is that you have everything integrated. You have the speakers in the camera, you have the codec and the touch. So the only thing you need to add is monitors.
Wow, and so it's all pre-integrated, all pre-configured. All you have to do is connect the monitors, and it just works right out of the box.
Yeah, and when you power it up, you can choose whether you would register it to the Spark Cloud or to your VCS or CUCM. And basically then you should be good to go.
Now, I notice on the monitor there's a bunch of green squares, a pink square, and a bunch of numbers up there. What is that?
Yeah, that's one of the key things in the system, because this camera is a very advanced speaker tracking camera. And the way it works is that you have basically 2 things. You have some face detection algorithm, which is detecting all the faces. So what you're seeing here now is that you have green squares around all the faces detected in the system. And so that's one thing you use. And the second thing is that you have 8 microphones in the system, which is looking for who is speaking. And based on that information, you know where the faces are, and the system is hearing where the sound is coming from. Based on that, the system will generate the optimal crop of what to be sent to the far end. And that's illustrated by this frame here. So now we are the ones these people are now in the focus here, and the rest is irrelevant to be sent to the other side. So this is what we are doing. This is what the people at the far end will see. They will see the person speaking and the other people detected here.
Yeah, so then that way the audio is still directional. How many microphones did you say was in that bar?
Yeah, so when it comes to microphone, we should be aware of that it's 2 different usages of microphones. On the codec, you can connect 3 microphones, typically on the table. But those microphones, 8, they are used for the speaker tracking, just to find who.
It's like a microphone array.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Excellent. So now we're gonna go back over here to Angie, and where are we going next, Angie?
We are going over to the Spark meeting experience. So, all right.
So Spark meeting experience, here we come. As you can see, we're at the level of theater here as we walk by, and most importantly, ice cream. Ice cream. We'll have to stop there on the way back. All right. So here's the cloud. Look at this. They're saying hello. Yes, you did. You did.
This is Maureen. Let me switch spots.
Oh, okay, perfect. So Maureen, tell us a little bit about the cloud and how Cisco's using the cloud.
Okay, you want me to hold this?
No, I'll hold it for you.
All right. So yeah, we're talking about meetings in the cloud, and for us, the passion for me is making it easy for people to join a meeting. So we have one meeting that's scheduled that goes out to all users or all participants, and it doesn't matter if they are mobile, if they're in an in-room video system area, if they're at their desk. The point is, we don't care how you get there, we make it possible for everyone to get there. Even Skype. So we integrate everyone. So what we're showing here is how easy it is, creating one meeting, and how easy it is for everyone to get in. So imagine this, you walk into a conference room and you see on the panel there a big green button that says join. User just push that button and the meeting pops open. You can share from virtually any device so that everyone in the meeting can see it and continue collaborating and being productive.
So all the smarts are behind the scenes, and all it's doing is you press go or join, and then all of a sudden it figures out what device you're on and figures out how to connect you to the meeting, and you get the same experience regardless of the device connection.
Same experience, yeah.
And obviously using your Spark login and it's using the Spark platform as a backbone?
Well, actually, it's powered by WebEx, but yeah, using Spark and WebEx, and again, the devices are or the clients are agnostic. We don't care if you're using a Spark client, a WebEx client, a Skype client. It doesn't matter. We just want everyone to be able to get into the meeting easy.
Okay, so it's platform agnostic.
Not platform agnostic, device agnostic.
Device agnostic. Okay, perfect. Excellent. So this is called what exactly?
Meetings in the cloud.
Meetings in the cloud. Excellent. All right. So where are we heading next, Angie?
Thanks, Maureen.
Thank you. So let's see where we're
here and look at the full Spark experience. So we're going to end up being in a meeting experience in the cloud, but we want to talk about how we escalate from a messaging interaction to a meeting interaction, all using Spark.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, we're heading to the other side of the booth here. All right, we're going to the Spark board first. We've been corrected here. We're going to the Spark board first, which was the product that was launched in February, end of January, beginning of February.
Our artist here who's helping us do some really fun drawing and demonstrate the technology. So yeah, we'll start with the Spark board, and I think Tobias is going to be our spokesperson. But this is the 70-inch Spark board that we, again, launched back in January. We're seeing a lot of really great traction. We have over 700 to 800 customers who've already invested, and they're not just buying one or two boards. They're wanting to video enable and collaboration enable, rather, lots of different meeting spaces. So let's go over here and spend a couple minutes.
Hi, Tobias. Good to see you again. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thanks. And you?
Good. We met each other at ISE, you may remember.
Yes, and here and other places as well. Yeah, all over.
So tell us, we of course got a great demo of the Spark board at ISE when you launched the product. First off, has it been successful? Are you happy with where it's gone?
Yeah, definitely. It's we have a lot of interest. Everyone's coming over. They want to check it out, hear more about it, see it. A lot of people have been they've heard about the Spark board and they want to learn more about it.
So tell our viewers exactly what it is, exactly what this is. I mean, to me from the outside, it looks like a monitor, but there's a lot more behind this than a monitor.
Yeah, definitely. So this is a brand new all-in-one collaboration device from Cisco. It's got first of all, it's a wireless presentation screen, so I can show you from here. I have my Mac over here running the Spark clients, and then I can press here to initiate a wireless share from the laptop onto the screen. Just me show you a slide here, for instance. Let's bring it up. So yeah, like I said, a digital or a wireless presentation screen. You can see here a typical use case for the Spark board. Secondly, it is a digital whiteboard. All of the sessions or everything that's happening on the board is stored in the cloud, so people can retrieve it. They can bring back work they worked on last day or last week, yesterday, and everything is stored in a chronological order, so you can access the documents, whiteboards, everything in your workflow before, during, and after a meeting. And then, of course, it is also a video conferencing device. Yes, so everything you need is built into the screen you see here. It's got a 4K camera, 4K screen. We got a microphone array consisting of 12 microphones in the bezel here in the screen, which can do voice tracking. So we're able to focus the pickup of the microphone on a specific person in a room. We can amplify that sound or turn up the gain and then dampen everything else in the room. So it will give a really good experience for the people on the far end.
And what sizes does this come in?
This is the big one. It's a 70-inch, and then we also have a 55-inch version.
And they're shipping. Both of them are shipping now, right?
Yes, they are.
Excellent. That's the Spark board. As I mentioned, it was introduced, it was launched at the end of January earlier this year, and obviously very successful. You're happy with it?
Yeah, very happy. And they do come a couple of mounting options. We're showing them here wall mounted, but we do have floor stands for both sizes too. So really wanting to give customers a lot of flexibility in how they pop these in. We hope that they get more into the huddle spaces, which is a very popular area. People are figuring out how to make all of the areas within their offices more usable. Yep. And so these are popping into a lot of those spaces as well. So.
And because it's 4K, you can sit a lot closer to the screen than you could back in the 1080 days. So where are we going now?
All right, we're going to go over to Spark Experience. This will be where we wrap up. So
okay.
we probably could have started here, but we're going to finish here. So this is really going to be about wrapping up the whole experience together. So how do we talk from a messaging perspective and then escalate into some of these various meeting experiences? And the one theme I hope you're continuing to hear about is simplicity and ease for the user experience. So you've heard Rowan Trollope, from the day he walked in the door, it's been all about ease of experience, and you'll see that moving from one interaction to another on the Spark platform is very seamless and very aligned. So we're going to turn it over to Richard now to kind of show you what that looks like.
Hi, Richard. Can you tell us about what you're demoing here?
Sure. What we're doing here is actually doing the Cisco Spark experience. So the idea here is we're saying, if you're not familiar with Cisco Spark, what is it and what would be kind of a workflow or use case you could do to relate to? So let me go ahead and clean this out real quick and we'll start from the beginning. Here. So what we're doing here is we're showing a simple example of how a user would actually come into an organization. So this particular example is a kitchen redesign and modeling company. So think of it, an account manager comes in with a new hot lead. So somebody wants to redesign their kitchen. We're all familiar with that, right? So it has, prep area, it has a cooking service, it has a refrigeration area. So this particular customer wants to redesign theirs. So what we've got is an email. So we're going to respond back to it to the rest of the team. So we need to get everybody engaged as part of this. So the rest of the team needs to be notified of this new lead. So I've got to came in through a web server, maybe it came through the account manager. I've got the users here inside of my team that's available. I want to bring them onto it. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, how do we actually get this from email directly over into the Cisco Spark space? So there's a problem with that normally that we have. Think about it. If I were to send out an email to everybody and then certain people start responding back and forth, what ends up happening? We have 1 response, 2 responses, 3 responses, so on and so forth. And then somebody might interject another question. And then we have different responses. So following that becomes very difficult. And then we've also seen at times where some people change the subject of it, and it's very, very hard for you to figure out long-term with a lot of different projects what to do. So we want to move this into a Cisco Spark space as part of this. So to do that, I simply would actually add a user called move, email to Spark, and then send this off. Now what this is going to do in the background is it's going to send a communication, basically this is a bot, that the Cisco Spark Cloud knows about. So an email will come in and say, okay, take all those particular users and then add them to a Cisco Spark space, as you can see here. And then as a result of that, put in all of the information that was in the existing email. So you can see here, I've got the email that came in saying I've got a new customer that needs a new kitchen remodel. If I go over here, I'll verify and show you that all the people that are here inside the account, Giovanni, Christian, Daryl, are all part of the 2 line here. So they've been automatically added into this. Now we can start the interaction for this particular customer. So maybe you want to actually, somebody comes in and says, maybe we need some more details. So while this email is great, we can start to talk about it. Let's go ahead and add some more details to it. So I will type, can you provide more details, for example? So somebody adds it in there. So we start that conversation internally. So this is a running log, if you think about it. And so as people actually join this project or lead this project, they can get up to date on what happens. So we can see here we've added a designer into this. The designer has some ideas. So maybe based upon that email, let's have a larger kitchen island, maybe a decorative wood, maybe some marble countertops. So she's throwing out some examples here. So here's a nice one with a TV integrated over the stove. Maybe there's another one with a fireplace. So maybe this is a mountain retreat that we want to kind of do this type of design. Or even a more sleek, slimline look, such as you see here. So that's great. So she's throwing out some ideas from previous customers. So what ends up happening is normally we have to have some kind of meeting as part of this. So maybe we say meet at 2 p.m. and for the team. And then I would send out an invite of some sort. So I do that. So we're going to meet later on today at 2 p.m. So imagine now that I was actually a designer and, an engineer, and I was out at a customer site already. And maybe I'm running late. I can see everything that came in. I know I've got a meeting at 2 o'clock. I can see all the pictures that were shown in the conversation, so I can get up to speed. I just happened to walk into the office right now, and I was able to make the meeting. Instead of doing this on my mobile device, I want to use this big screen that's here. So I will actually associate it and then say, okay, let's use the screen here instead of my mobile device. What you got is exactly the same thing. So all the information that was available to you, so those files that we just saw, are now available. So I can see it on the big screen here. I could actually select one, for example, here. Maybe I want to zoom in. I can pinch and zoom as you normally would. So you can do something like this. And then I could go back and say, okay, I forgot who's in this particular meeting to make sure everybody's part of it. All the people that were in the email are there. So now let's start the meeting. So I've got in here on the first person, and let me go ahead and dial out to everybody. So a simple call button, and you're going to see it's going to ring out to all the participants we have here. So I could answer it on the application over here. You go hitting the join button. I could also answer it, say for example, maybe Giovanni here has a DX70, wants to answer it, once he's available. So you can click the join button real quick. And so he'll bring him into the meeting by doing this. So now he's part of it. Let's go ahead and mute him. So now we've got a standard video conference going on. But what ends up happening from here is typically we want to actually do some interaction outside of this. We want to do some design planning. Oops. So maybe I want to say, okay, what kind of kitchen design do we have? Let's just throw it out there. Maybe we want to do the standard N type of kitchen, right? So it's going to be like this. And maybe I'll have the stove over here. But I want to make sure, for example, that this width right here is at least 20 feet in design. But I shared out to the team, as you can see, everybody else has this one. And then they can interact back and forth. So right now, maybe somebody else would actually click on it and say, okay, I want to design between the two of them. Goes back and forth, interacts, and it's shown live on top of it. So now we've got two-way interaction between the two of them. And then that is saved inside of a Cisco Spark space. You can continue going on with that as the space is available. So people come in and out of the project, is available for you as a file inside of it.
Yeah, the theme that I'm seeing here, Angie, with all of this is seamless. Everything is seamlessly working together, simplicity.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. And a very easy experience as you move from one device or interaction to another. So definitely we want to invite people. We're in booth 2129, so please come by and see the experience for yourself, play with the Spark board. We have an artist here who's doing some pretty cool things. So great having you guys here. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks for the tour. And of course, we're going to shoot individual videos on every product station, so you can check them out at raypubs.com. All you got to do is type in Cisco in the video search window.